At midnight tonight, something shifts in the sky that's going to ignite a fire inside you that's been dormant for way too long. And if you've been feeling stuck, heavy, or like you're moving through life in slow motion, keep watching. Because there's one specific reason why tomorrow is your cosmic permission slip to finally break free, and I'll explain exactly what that is later in this video. But first you need to understand what's happening right now, because while you've been sleeping, eating, scrolling through your phone, the universe has been setting the stage for one of the most powerful energetic shifts of the entire year. And most people, they have absolutely no idea what's about to hit them. The sky is about to flip in real time. Right now, as you're watching this, we are in the final hours of one of the heaviest emotional cycles we've experienced in a long time. Tonight, at 9:30, we're going to witness a new moon in Pisces, but not just any Pisces moon. This is happening at the 28th degree, the absolute final degree of the final sign of the zodiac. This is the cosmic equivalent of a complete exhale, a total surrender, the end of an entire chapter. And if you've been feeling emotionally exhausted, drained, or like you're swimming through molasses, now you know why. The universe has been forcing you to release, to let go, to dissolve the parts of your life that no longer serve your highest path. You've been in a spiritual washing machine, and it's been brutal. But here's what almost nobody is telling you. This ending is the setup for the most powerful beginning you could possibly imagine. Because less than 3 hours after that new moon, at exactly 12:03 a.m. on March 19th, the moon crosses into Aries. And when that happens, everything changes. The moon in Aries isn't gentle, it's not subtle, it doesn't ask for permission, it's pure fire, pure instinct, pure "I'm doing this and I'm doing it now" energy. It's the cosmic spark plug that ignites the entire astrological year. And if you know how to work with this energy, if you make the 3 bold moves I'm about to share with you, you could completely redirect the trajectory of your entire life in the next 48 hours. But you have to understand the magnitude of what's happening, because this isn't just about the moon. The very next day, on March 20th, the sun enters Aries, marking the vernal equinox, the astrological new year. This is the moment when the entire cosmic engine restarts, and just hours after that, Mercury finally stations direct, clearing the mental fog that's been clouding your mind for weeks. So think about this timeline. Tonight, total emotional reset. Midnight, the spark ignites. Tomorrow, the fire builds. The next day, the sun rises on a brand new year and your mind finally clears. This is a slingshot effect, and you're standing at the launch point. The friction you're feeling right now has a purpose. Before we get to those 3 bold moves, you need to understand what's been building up to this moment, because the energy you're feeling right now, that weird tension, that restlessness, that sense that something has to give, it's not random. Today, Venus in Aries is locked in a tense square with Jupiter in Cancer, and if you've been feeling torn between what you selfishly want and what you feel obligated to do for others, this is why. Venus in Aries wants immediate gratification, total independence, and the freedom to pursue pleasure without apology. But Jupiter in Cancer is pulling the opposite direction, demanding emotional security, family obligations, and the need to nurture everyone else before yourself. This tension is real, and you've probably felt it all day. Maybe you wanted to say no to something but felt guilty. Maybe you wanted to make a bold move but held back because of what other people might think. Maybe you've been people-pleasing when your soul is screaming for you to put yourself first. Well, the Aries moon tomorrow is about to cut through all of that noise, because when cardinal fire ignites, hesitation doesn't survive. But before it arrives, there's one more cosmic event you need to know about. The universe just handed you a flash of insight. This afternoon, around 4:20, the sun in Pisces formed a harmonious sextile with Uranus in Taurus. And if you suddenly had a moment of clarity today, if an unexpected solution to a problem just popped into your head, if you saw something from a completely different angle, that was Uranus delivering a breakthrough. Uranus is the planet of sudden awakenings, paradigm shifts, and lightning bolt realizations, and when it connects with the Sun, the source of your life force and consciousness, it gives you exactly the insight you need to make a change. But here's the thing, the insight isn't enough. You have to act on it, and that's where tomorrow comes in. The Aries moon is going to give you the courage, the adrenaline, and the pure instinctual drive to actually do something with that insight. It's going to take the vision and turn it into action, but only if you're willing to move fast. And speaking of moving fast, remember when I said there was a specific reason why you might wake up tomorrow feeling completely different? This is it. You're about to wake up in a different reality. Tonight's Pisces new moon is going to reset your entire emotional baseline. When you go to sleep tonight, you're going to release everything you've been carrying. Every disappointment, every fear, every old pattern that's been weighing you down, it's all going into the cosmic recycling bin. And when you wake up tomorrow morning, you're waking up on the other side of that void. The moon will already be in Aries, and the emotional tone of your entire day will be fundamentally different. You're going to feel lighter, faster, more restless. Your patience will be lower, your courage will be higher, your tolerance for anything that feels slow, heavy, or stuck, it's going to evaporate. This is the energy that makes people quit jobs, end relationships, start businesses, and make life-changing decisions in a matter of hours. And if you're spiritually attuned, you're going to feel this shift in your body. You might wake up feeling wired, like you've had 3 cups of coffee before you even open your eyes. Your heart might be beating faster. Your thoughts might be racing. Don't fight it. This is the ignition sequence. Your body is preparing for launch. Now here's where most people mess this up. They feel this surge of energy and they either waste it by scrolling on their phone, or they panic because it feels too intense, or they try to logic their way through it and end up paralyzed by overthinking. But you're not going to do that, because I'm about to give you the exact blueprint for how to channel this fire into 3 specific, life-changing actions. But before I do, you need to understand one crucial thing about this Aries moon that most astrologers aren't talking about. This isn't aggressive courage, it's spiritual courage. Here's what makes this particular Aries moon different. Aries is ruled by Mars, and right now Mars is in Pisces. This creates a fascinating paradox that changes everything. Usually when people think of Aries energy, they think of aggression, combat, ruthless independence. But because Mars, the planetary ruler of Aries, is currently swimming through the mystical, empathetic waters of Pisces, the courage you're being asked to embody tomorrow isn't about being a warrior in the traditional sense. This is the courage to act on your intuition, the courage to defend your spiritual boundaries, the courage to take a massive leap of faith based on a dream, a vision, an inner knowing, even when it doesn't make logical sense. Mars in Pisces fights for the unseen, the vulnerable, the ideal, and the Aries moon tomorrow is giving you the sudden burst of emotional energy to actually execute the actions that your soul has been quietly dreaming about. This is why the 3 bold moves I'm about to share aren't about being aggressive or combative. They're about being unapologetically authentic. They're about trusting your gut over your logic. They're about moving forward even when you don't have all the answers. And that brings us to the first bold move. Bold move 1, the courage of radical self-advocacy. Let me ask you something. Where in your life have you been shrinking to fit into a space you've outgrown? Where have you been keeping a false peace to avoid confrontation? Where have you been compromising your truth to make other people comfortable? Because the Aries moon tomorrow is going to make it impossible to keep doing that. The energy of Aries governs the first house of the zodiac, the house of self, identity, and personal sovereignty. And when the moon enters that territory, right after a new moon that just wiped your emotional slate clean, it demands one thing: radical self-advocacy. This isn't about being selfish, this isn't about being cruel, but it is about being completely uncompromising with your needs. Because here's what the Pisces season has done. It's blurred your boundaries. It's made you absorb everyone else's emotions. It's turned you into a sponge for other people's problems. And now it's time to wring yourself out. Tomorrow, you need to identify one specific area of your life, a relationship, a workplace dynamic, a family expectation, where you have been chronically compromising your truth. And you need to draw a line in the sand, a firm, ironclad, non-negotiable boundary. Maybe it's finally telling someone no without softening it with an apology. Maybe it's stating a need without prefacing it with, "I'm sorry," but maybe it's walking away from a conversation that's draining you without feeling guilty about it. The Aries moon gives you the emotional fuel to do this without flinching, and because Mars is in Pisces, you can do it with compassion, but you cannot do it with compromise. Your emotional security depends on your sovereignty. Stop negotiating with your own needs. And here's what's going to happen when you do this. People might be surprised, they might push back, they might not like it. Good. That means you've been playing small for too long, and they've gotten used to a version of you that no longer exists. The universe is handing you a match tomorrow. Use it to burn down the version of yourself that apologizes for taking up space. Bold move 2, the unready initiation. Now this is the move that's going to feel the most uncomfortable, and it's also the most important. Here's the paradox you're walking into tomorrow. The Aries moon is screaming at you to take action, to start something, to make a move. But Mercury is still retrograde in Pisces. It won't station direct until the afternoon of March 20th. This means that clarity, perfect communication, access to all the facts, and detailed logistical planning are still completely unavailable to you. And your ego hates this. Your ego wants a guarantee. It wants a perfectly laid plan. It wants external validation before taking a risk. But the cosmic weather tomorrow is designed to bypass your ego entirely. The second bold move is this. You need to take one tangible physical step toward a goal you've been dreaming about, even though you feel completely unready. Send the email even though you don't have the perfect pitch. Launch the beta version even though it's messy. Apply for the job even though you don't meet all the qualifications. Make the romantic confession even though you don't know how they'll respond. Book the trip even though you don't have the full itinerary planned out. The Aries moon rewards momentum, not perfection. It rewards the courage of the attempt, not the polish of the execution. And here's the secret that most people never learn. Clarity doesn't come before action. Clarity comes because of action. You've been waiting for the fog to clear so you can see the full path before you take the first step, but the universe is telling you that you have to take the step first, and then the path will reveal itself. You have to move forward in the dark, trusting your internal compass over external data. And I know this feels terrifying, but that's exactly why it works. Because when you act despite the fear, despite the uncertainty, despite not having all the answers, you prove to yourself and to the universe that you're serious. You demonstrate that you're not just a dreamer, you're a doer. Tomorrow is not the day for analysis paralysis. Tomorrow is the day for messy, imperfect, courageous action. The fire of Aries burns away hesitation. Let it. Bold move 3, somatic transmutation of stagnant energy. Now this third move is going to save you from the shadow side of the Aries moon. Because if you don't do this, all that fire is going to turn inward and manifest as severe anxiety, unexplained headaches, jaw clenching, and restless irritability. The past few weeks have been emotionally heavy. You've been processing trauma, grief, nostalgia, and the weight of the collective unconscious. And all of that energy doesn't just disappear when the moon changes signs. It's still in your body. It's still in your nervous system. And if you don't physically release it, it's going to combust. The third bold move is profoundly physical. Tomorrow, you need to move your body with high intensity and deliberate intention to burn off the residual emotional weight of the past month. This isn't about aesthetics. This isn't about fitness goals or calorie counts. This is about energetic alchemy. This is about physically transmuting stuck emotion into kinetic release. Go for a sprint, do high-intensity interval training, lift something heavy, dance ecstatically in your living room. If you're alone in your car, scream at the top of your lungs. Punch a pillow. Shake your entire body like you're trying to shake off invisible chains. In medical astrology, Aries rules the head, the muscular system, and is intrinsically connected to adrenaline and physical movement. The moon in Aries requires a physical outlet. If you give it one, you channel the fire productively. If you don't, the fire turns into anxiety and self-sabotage. And here's what's going to happen when you do this. You're going to feel immediate relief. The heaviness will lift, the restlessness will settle into focused energy, and you'll physically embody the shift that's happening cosmically. By changing your physical state, you immediately shift your emotional reality. You burn away the past and make room for the new. And when the sun enters Aries the very next day, you'll be standing in a completely different energetic field. What this means for your sign. Now, the way you experience this Aries moon is going to depend on where Aries falls in your natal chart. But even if you don't know your rising sign, understanding the elemental energies can give you powerful insight. If you're a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, this is your moment. This energy feels like home. You've been suffocating under the weight of all that Pisces energy, and tomorrow you finally get to breathe. Your intuition is razor sharp. Your confidence is unshakable. Your bold move, stop holding back, stop playing small. The universe is handing you the microphone. Take it, lead, initiate. Just remember to take one deep breath before you speak so your fire illuminates instead of scorches. If you're an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, this energy feels uncomfortably fast, and that's exactly the point. You've been overthinking, over-planning, and over-preparing. Tomorrow, the cosmos is forcing you to act before you feel ready. Your bold move? Tackle the exact conversation or task you've been procrastinating on. Stop building spreadsheets. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. The discomfort you're feeling is the growth trying to happen. Action is your only remedy for anxiety tomorrow. If you're an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, your ideas are catching fire tomorrow. Your mind is moving at lightning speed. Your social energy is electric. Your bold move? Make the pitch. Send the risky text. Speak your truth without watering it down. Your voice has undeniable power right now. Stop overthinking the variables and analyzing the optics. The message wants to be delivered, and you're the messenger. If you're a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, this transit is asking you to trade your empathy for armor. You've spent the last month absorbing everyone else's emotions, and tomorrow you need to establish ironclad boundaries. Your bold move? If someone crosses a line, do not absorb it and do not retreat. Use this fiery energy to immediately, loudly, and boldly assert your limits. You are allowed to be the priority in your own life. Stop waiting for permission to protect your energy. The real reason this matters beyond tomorrow. But here's what almost nobody is talking about, and this is crucial. The Aries moon on March 19th isn't just a random lunar transit. It's a trigger point for something much, much bigger. Earlier this year in February, Saturn and Neptune made a historic conjunction at 0 degrees Aries. This was a world-altering, once-in-a-generation alignment that brought together the planet of structure and reality with the planet of dreams and spirituality at the very first degree of the zodiac. When the moon crosses 0 degrees Aries tomorrow at midnight, it's passing directly over the exact spot where that massive conjunction occurred. This means that the bold moves you make tomorrow, the courage you embody, the actions you take, they're not just fleeting impulses, they're the foundational first steps in manifesting the new reality that Saturn and Neptune planted the seeds for months ago. You're not just reacting to a lunar transit, you're laying the groundwork for the next several years of your life, the vision you received during Pisces season. Tomorrow is when you start building it in the physical world. The countdown begins now. So let me be very clear about what's about to happen. In just a few hours, the new moon in Pisces will wipe your emotional slate clean. You'll go to sleep tonight feeling the weight of everything you've been carrying. And when you wake up tomorrow morning, the moon will already be in Aries. You're going to feel different, faster, lighter, more courageous, and you're going to have approximately 48 hours of peak cardinal fire energy before the intensity starts to settle. This is your window. This is your cosmic permission slip. This is the moment when hesitation gets burned away and instinct takes over. The 3 bold moves I've given you, radical self-advocacy, the unready initiation, and somatic transmutation, aren't optional suggestions. They're the exact psychological and physical responses required to align with the celestial mechanics of this moment. You can either use this fire to ignite your life, or you can let it burn you out from the inside. The choice is yours, but the energy is coming whether you're ready for it or not. And here's the final thing you need to know. The person you are tomorrow sets the tone for the entire astrological year that begins on March 20th. The sun enters Aries less than 24 hours after the moon. And when it does, the cosmic engine restarts. The new year begins. And the version of you that shows up tomorrow is the version that's going to carry forward. So who are you choosing to be? The person who hesitates, who waits for permission, who plays it safe, or the person who acts on instinct, who trusts their gut, who moves forward even in the dark? The universe is watching what you do in the next 48 hours, not what you say you're going to do, not what you think about doing, but what you actually do. This is your moment. Don't waste it. If you're still watching, I'd like to thank you for your attention. If you enjoyed the content and want to see more, please consider clicking the subscribe button. Your support is very appreciated. Feel free to share your experiences or thoughts in the comments below. Tell me which of these 3 bold moves you're claiming for tomorrow, and drop your sun, moon, and rising signs so we can support each other through this powerful shift. Until next time, take care and subscribe for more insightful content.